So today we are talking about the WNBA GMs anonymously scouting women's college post players. So this is a more interesting one because they've done guards, they've done some of the wings, and the post players in this draft is a weird one because there's a couple of like really high upside players, and there is a couple of players that I'd be like, I don't know about them. But this is a really interesting one to read. So Sanaya Fagan, like second round pick. That's literally what I'm gonna say. Is like might make a roster. Someone said I like Fagan a lot. I think she's a really good basketball player. She makes good decisions. I think she's a very underrated passer. She plays her role. She doesn't try to do too much. I just think she's really, really solid and she's a real key to South Carolina's success. I actually agree with that. But my whole thing is like, does she make a roster? Is she good enough to make a roster? I don't know. Second round pick. She's grown in confidence, seems to be her X factor for which seems to be an X factor for her team. Her potential is limitless, particularly if she expands her game. I don't know. I don't know about Sanaya Fagan. Not bad. Like, genuinely a player. And if she goes late first round, because if they go and win the championship, wouldn't be that surprised. But that's kind of it. Kiki Iriafen will translate to the next level with her athleticism and her scoring ability. She's also a strong rebounder. True rim running post. Relentless on the glass. Therefore, can create offense without it being run through her. Capable driver from the elbows and capable mid-range shooter. It seems like back half season you see more of what I think we previously saw from her at Stanford. Her footwork is great. Her size is great. The more you can face up and shoot, whether it's from 3 or 18 feet. The 18-foot jump shot is the dumbest shot in basketball. I'm sorry. Like, it's the literal dumbest shot. The 18-foot specialist. I'm sorry. Move back like 3.5 feet. It's not going to affect whether or not the ball goes in and it's worth an extra point. Like, what are we talking about? Aaliyah Edwards is a good comp. Iriafen's bigger, but Edwards is a little more skilled. Not one person has mentioned the fact she can't block shots. Like, I cannot believe a GM, if they're just there. Like, some of them, they were criticizing guards, by the way. She can't guard bigs, and she can't play on the wing. So unless you have an Alana Smith or a Cameron Brink beside her, she's going to struggle at the next level. Unless you have a floor spacing center beside her. If you have a floor spacing center beside her, sure. Sure, I'll give you that. She's going to be good. But you need a floor spacing center beside Kiki Iriafen. Did you say she's a point guard? She is a point guard. What are we doing? We have just put a point guard in the forwards. We have just put a point guard in the forwards. Jusite's a point guard. Her ability to handle and create for your others will translate. She's a playmaker who's versatile in her scoring. She's a positionless talent. Great shooter, great size. Defensively is where both her and Aisha Sivka need to improve. But if you're gonna, but you're not gonna go wrong if you take a chance on either one. The upside is tremendous. I agree, but why is she not in the guards? She's played point guard her whole freaking life, pretty much. She's a point guard. At worst, a 2, not a forward. Ayoka Lee, 6'6" center. It says here, someone still may believe in a traditional big, so she gets drafted, but I think the majority of teams on past on that style of player. The injury caused a bit of uncertainty there, but a good player, obviously someone that we're talking about. I mean, Ayoka Lee is like a late second round pick. Big. Am I right in saying Ayoka Lee is like Sedona Prince age? Am I right in saying that? Ayoka Lee is born in the year 2000. Yeah. Ayoka Lee will be 25 in her season. So what recruiting class was she in? So she started college in 2019. Like, she is what? Like, she's like 30 years younger than me. She's 3 years younger than me. Like, when she started college... Oh, sorry. She played in the 1920 season. So I was about to say, I was like, when she started college, I was still doing my undergrad. I'm in what, like year 6 after finishing my undergrad, I think this is like the 6th year. Like, I studied to be a teacher, and everyone that I went to college with, I think it's their 6th year teaching full time. And yeah, mad one. Dominique Malonga, GOAT potential. Literally GOAT potential. Malonga is going to be able to dominate in the paint. She's very... Dominating the paint, I don't know, on the offensive end. I think more so, if she reaches her potential, it'll be more 6'6" perimeter-ish, paint-ish, like, versatile player. She will be a good rim protector. An elite international young prospect with tremendous size and athleticism, she has the ability offensively not only score around the basket, but is already comfortable from the three-point line. Arguably could be the most talented player in this draft class. She could be the most talented player in every single draft class since AJ Wilson, barring Caitlin Clark last year. But questions remain over the desire and dependability of her playing year after year in the W. Like, I'm going to say this right now, and do not quote me on this, because I have not spoken to somebody directly in contact with Dominique Malonga. I did get a comment that I've spoken to a few people, like, I'm pretty confident it's her dad, but I don't know if it's 100% certainty on it, because anyone can say anything on YouTube, but there's literally a account that's been there for like the last 3 years under her dad's name that's been commenting on every Dominique Malonga video saying that she intends to play in the WNBA in 2025. And I've also been able to talk to some people that are a lot more familiar with Malonga than I am, like as a person. And Dominique Malonga's goal has been to play in the WNBA. Like, they're like the willingness to play. Like, she wants to play in the WNBA. And you can see that with all the French players coming over this year. So, yeah, I think with the way there's going to be more and more money in the WNBA, I can see these players choosing to play the WNBA over playing. Obviously, they're going to be playing in Europe as well, but they're going to be playing in leagues, I would say. The French league is probably going to have to change the way it works because of the amount of talent that league is losing. So I'd say the prioritization rule is not going to be an issue. But most intriguing prospect from an upside perspective, we could look back and say she was a clear number one in this draft. She's my number one. I would take her number one. Like, I understand Paige Beckers is right now could be an all-star, but the question you're asking is, do you think in 5 years' time, Dominique Malonga will be better than Paige Beckers is today? And if your answer is yes, Dominique Malonga, after 5 WNBA seasons, will be the age that Paige Beckers is at UConn. Anissa Morrow, I really like Anissa Morrow. I actually really like Anissa Morrow. Purely because I think one of the big reasons why I like Anissa Morrow is I would rather motor greater than size. And that's one thing people don't understand. Maybe as somebody that played, obviously not at the highest level of ball, but like I played 6'1" power forward and like had a lot of success. Won national championships in Ireland, came up, have guarded and gotten the better of some guys that played D3 in the States, even even a D1 guy in my last year in college, a former D1, like not D1 Ireland, D1 the States, 6'5" power forward, just because of motor and just willingness to play bigger. And I feel like I have a bias towards undersized high motor players over the low motor tall players. And I know you can't teach height, but you also can't teach motor. And Anissa Morrow's got motor. Probably a little undersized player. Of course, she's going to have to continue to develop an outside shot. She's the same height as Nafisa Collier. I stand by that. Every time you see, she's too small to play that position. Like, we're looking at the NBA, where you're seeing smaller and smaller players play bigger positions. You're seeing smaller centers. You're seeing smaller power forwards. And you're seeing how effective that is. So, obviously, developing the outside shot, but you still play her at the 4. You don't just say she's small, so you need to play her at the 3. That's not how modern basketball works. And that's one of the problems in WNBA. It's very, very in the past. Hard-working elite rebounder. She's physical. She can dominate the board and the ability to defend multiple positions. In no way is she like Angel Reese, but her rebounding numbers. She's an unbelievable rebounder. At some point, you can't discount that. She's going to go get the ball, and you need that. I don't know where she goes in the draft. I don't know if she's even if she's ever started in the WNBA. I just like her because of her tenacity and her ability to just go and get the thing. And in fairness, like, we can say the same thing. She's not quite like Angel Reese, but they have a lot of similar, like, not even flaws. They have a lot of similar flaws. And, like, Angel Reese is so good because of her motor right now. Obviously, as time goes on, you would hope that she develops the mid-range. You would hope she develops her passing a little bit. Because in fairness to her, she's quite mobile. Not a good athlete vertically, but horizontal, like laterally, she's a very good athlete laterally, and she can run the floor pretty fast. So you'd be hoping for Angel Reese that she eventually develops a mid-range, a 3-ball. Honestly, this season you hope she develops a layup. And she came in as a undersized center who almost like a Kiki Fen type, where it's like she's an unbelievable perimeter defender, not a great interior defender, but on the offensive end has to play on the inside as this kind of like tweener, but just purely on her tenacity became an all-star. So whatever you're saying about Anissa Morrow, I think the flaws for Anissa Morrow, if this was literally you replace with Angel Reese and change with a little undersized to play the 5, this would be a scout report on Angel Reese. If she's willing to do what the system needs, the question mark is what her archetype's going to be, the player she's going to be. If she's willing to do what the system needs, her archetype is just going to be high motor, high defense, and you kind of hope. What I would hope to do is turn her into Nafisa Collier. Just get her. Like, she's got her mid range isn't horrific. Get her a turnaround. Get her a turnaround jumper, and she's going to be good. And we got Sedona Prince. Oh, she's like 25. I think she's very intriguing. Does her style fit with the current WNBA? Unclear, but I think she's extremely intriguing. Defensively is probably the challenge for her. She's got so much experience. Obviously, she's done great things at TCU. I just think it has to be the right system, right fit for her. If she's going to succeed, the shooting is going to have to continue to be there, be consistent, be a threat. The way the game's headed, can she stay on the floor from a speed and athleticism standpoint? Can she stay healthy? Obviously, there's the off-the-court stuff. I think there's a place for her just because she impacts the game with her size and skill. But the age makes it a really hard thing to kind of figure out. Like, I'm sorry, she should be dominating as 18-year-olds. And I saw this post here. I don't know where this came from, but still GMs have to contextualize her skills with her age relative to her competition. She'll turn 25 before the season. You're 24 playing as 18-year-olds. You should be dominating them. A general manager said, don't get me wrong, I think she's quite good. The numbers she's putting up are great. Like, yeah, she should be. Like, whatever about Ayoka Lee, I'm not joking when I say this. I was 21 years old when Sedona Prince started college. I was 21. I repeat, I was 21. I'm quite close to 30. Like, I am 18 months away from turning 30. And I was 21 when she started college. I only started college, 3 years before Sedona Prince? 2 years before Sedona Prince? I can't even remember at this stage. But yeah, I think it was 3 years before Sedona Prince. And I'm about to turn 30. But anyway, yeah. Isa Sivka. I like Isa Sivka. Isa Sivka's game will translate in her size, her skill, her high basketball IQ, as well as strong shooting ability. There's another step in her development she needs to take. The defensive end of the floor is a space I'm concerned about. 3-point shooting wing with great size in the mold of Katie Lou Samuelson. Question remain about her ability to create her own shot, her ball handling, or her ability to compromise the paint off the dribble, but her size and ability to shoot threes can't be ignored. The sheer size and the way she shoots the ball and the things she's doing for her age, you've got somebody you can build on for 15 years. So, very clear. Very clear. Obviously, this is the freaking... I'll probably make a video exactly about Sedona Prince. But when it comes to this, the player, obviously, that I'm most intrigued by is Dominique Malonga. And look, if the monetary effect of Paige Beckers was not a thing, I think that there will be a lot of teams considering Malonga for number 1. And I mean that. I think there's a lot of teams considering Malonga. There would be a lot of teams considering Malonga. And again, like, I'm going to talk a little more about Sedona Prince in our video. It's such a tough one. Imagine being the team that drafts Sedona Prince. Like, that's the toughest thing about it is, as a team, do you want to be the team that drafts Sedona Prince? But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.